Many of you probably didn't realize there's a Jewish equivalent, and it's called Rock Shabbat. We went to a Reformed temple in Marlborough where Rock Shabbat services have become a huge success.
Attendance at Reformed Temple Rodef Torah in Marlborough has spiked for one Sabbath service a month for about a year now. The reason for this attendance increase is a live band service known as Rock Shabbat.
The concept of this once-a-month live service has been something that's been growing in popularity, and what we know is that the places that do a once-a-month live service get a lot of people that once a month, and then the rest of the weeks is like the traditional people, the Jews in the pews who come all the time.
This has been huge and amazing and enormous, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
The rising attendance at Rock Shabbats may be new, but the movement isn't. It dates back to 60s and 70s era folk music and Jewish camp life. Jewish musicians credited with starting the movement include
the late Debbie Friedman, Cantor Jeff Klepper, Dan Freelander. These are people who started this movement back in the late 60s, early 70s, getting the youth involved in their spirituality and their religion.
Judaism is comprised of three main denominations: Orthodox, Conservative, and Reformed. Though music's always had a place on the Sabbath in all three, Rock Shabbat isn't permitted in Orthodox Judaism at all. It's primarily a Reformed temple phenomenon, where the use of amplified instruments is allowed. Yet, there's still debates about keeping traditions versus changing approaches to worship.
Music has always been a part of worship, going back to the ancient Bible days.
Tradition versus innovation, that's always the balance that we're creating. But there have always been congregations that, I don't want an instrument, I don't want a guitar, we can only do music the way that we've always done music.
The challenge of putting the band together and collaborating on building the Rock Shabbat service was a great learning experience for Eric and Joanna.
Together we built a service that we felt was balanced and still fit the rock genre.
This actually was an opportunity for me to push the envelope and to challenge myself.
We begin with that punctuation asking us if we are now ready to turn our thoughts to God.
Music's a completely natural way to worship God, and clearly is igniting a newfound passion for Judaism in Eric and Joanna and the congregants at Rodef Torah.
I loved learning about Judaism. I loved singing. I loved teaching about Judaism. I loved helping people love Judaism. I loved helping people feel part of a community and connect with God.
Music is a deeply, uniquely human phenomenon and gift. So I personally think that when we are using music to pray to God, that was God's intention.
The point of communal worship is for the community to raise their voices and be worshiping.